There is a growing nationalist movement here in America. One of the big underlying problems of this group is us versus them thinking. American nationalists are the first example, but the focus of this video is us versus them thinking. I was going to talk about this eventually, but I saw a video about people being willing to kill others because of orders from authority figures, so I felt motivated to tackle this topic now. The aforementioned nationalists identify very much with groups and have extreme levels of pride about these groups. With these divisions, they simultaneously identify outgroups, people who are not part of whatever group they are excessively proud of. The differences can be race, nationality, religion, or cultural values, or anything else they single out. This differentiates between who is us and who is them. You can then draw distinctions between the groups. Rationalizing the extreme pride one takes in their groups will, at the same time, dehumanize the people in the outgroups. So in the mind of these people, those in the outgroups no longer qualify as being fully human. The humanity of these others is stripped away more and more in the minds of the us versus them thinkers. Eventually, this dehumanization turns to demonization. With demonization, it goes from just being okay to kill these people to being some sort of a moral imperative. With the American nationalists, one of the groups they dehumanize and demonize most is Muslims. They do this to many groups, and they arguably dehumanize and demonize atheists a bit more. However, they have turned their dehumanization and demonization of Muslims into some sort of argument for war and imperialism. The Muslims, however, can't completely claim the high road. There is a certain segment of them that do this same sort of thing. It seems to be quite common in certain Middle Eastern cultures, especially among the poor and uneducated and otherwise disadvantaged people. They take legitimate grievances against Americans and Israelis and turn it into us versus them, where they can demonize and dehumanize. They may create additional outgroups. They might include all Jews in it, or some of them may direct this at anyone who is not Muslim, and perhaps even other Muslims who they have theological disputes with. The US and the Soviet Union did this to each other during the Cold War. It was done on all sides in World War II. It happens anywhere where there is killing and fighting. It makes otherwise nice people do the most horrible things possible. Everyone should understand the dangers of this kind of thinking. Whenever you hear about divisions and the pride in those divisions and about who is better than who, the us versus them mind virus is present. You can immunize yourself with critical thinking skills. You should now understand how to identify it and be able to reject it on the grounds of its fallaciousness. Eliminating this irrational way of thinking is part of the path towards peace. I ask everyone, regardless of arbitrary divisions, to join me on this path.